All right, you got that one started?
Yeah, it's started.
Facebook.
You can edit it a little bit. Yep. Are you ready?
Yep.
Let's start it. Okay, starting.
You can't see Phil's head. There you go.
There you go. You got it? Is it going?
Mhm.
Hey, it is Phil Rackle with Groveport Financial. Thanks for joining into the beginning of our video premiere. We're going to do a live tour for you. If you can kind of see this, I don't know if it's in frame. We're also doing a 360 one so that if anybody wants to get a live tour and see the office in general, go ahead and spin around a little bit for us, Alex. So this is our reception area. If you come and see us, this is where you'll come in, get a drink, and we'll pick you up and take you to one of our meeting rooms so we can take care of you. A lot of times, people do want to get a tour when you come, and luckily you're getting a virtual one. So let's start down here. So we'll come into this room last. It's kind of our main room where we do most of our entertaining, or if you come to an event, you'll inevitably end up in our rebel rousing room. That's what we call it. So these three rooms are our meeting rooms. Alex will kind of show you in real quick, but each one's kind of themed. They're nice to make you feel like it's more like your living room rather than that we're at a big conference table because most of our clients are more like friends or family, and we want it to be more relaxed like that. So as we go down here, you'll see all of our artwork. We keep trying to grow it over time. We'll just take a peek in each one of the meeting rooms because they're pretty much similar except just themed a little bit different. So you just saw Madrid, and then we kind of got our Misty Forest here in our meeting room. We actually call this one number 4. And then over here is our bamboo room. It's kind of our Zen room. If you're feeling stressed out, you can use that one. All three of these rooms actually have secondary monitors which show the next rooms that we're going to look at down here, which are our little kids room and our big kids room. So if you do want to bring your kids, you don't got to find a center. You can bring them. They can play with stuff into here. There's a video screen inside the meeting room that you can watch the kids, make sure that they're okay. This is where all the magic happens, where they'll probably render some of this video down and what's so. So this is our marketing office where Anna and Alex work. And then coming down, our secondary kids room. This is our big kids room. So they can play games, they can do their homework, they can watch a show. Again, you know, so that they can have fun here and it's not so boring to have to come to their financial advisor's office. And then our next 3 rooms are kind of dual purpose. Number 1, the bigger kids could play with them. If they do like games and what so with our VR, so they're virtual reality rooms. Number 2 is that what we'd like to do in the future, instead of doing video conference and web conferences, is that we do virtual reality or augmented reality meetings, and then from there we can feel like we're getting together more in person without having to make people wait in traffic, or you have to have a bunch of offices in lots of cities, which is half the reason financial advisors can be so expensive, and we'll be able to cut that down for you. So again, another VR room, and then through here is our gym, and so you can see it. So if people want to come in here that work for us, I've even had a couple clients ask if they can come in and work out, no problem, until I guess it gets too crowded. But yeah, people can work out, we keep building up equipment, and then eventually, you know, one of the part we skipped down at the end, I'll briefly come down here, but eventually, I mean, this is a multi-part construction because we've done a lot of the construction ourselves, is we'll have like locker rooms and a shower. But right now, this is, I just keep construction equipment into there, and then it's a couple storage rooms right now. So again, we did almost all the renovations ourselves, keep costs down. It's one of our main tenets to, you know, keep overhead down so our costs are lower for our clients. This is our networking room where we keep all of our cameras and networking and storage for all the technology stuff that we're in the middle of building. This next room is what we call our maker room. Our maker room is where we can build things. So like you can see the 3D printer over here printing something right now. Actually, I think my daughter is printing a mouse or a rat or something right there, kind of big figurine. You can see some of the other ones we did. That's a Pokemon thing right there, and there's a little cookie cutter thing that we did overnight last night. And then this thing is a little CNC cutter where you can cut designs into things, and it's got an attachment where you can do laser engraving on things. And then we got some other cool things, just lamination and paper cutting and scanning. And so this is where we can just again, the name implies make things, alright? So going down, this is still kind of the side of the office that we don't use as much. So this is our nonprofit. So we have a 4 Advisors 501c3 nonprofit, and we have a foundation, which we try to raise money for the NIH, NSF, and that's where we try to get more fee-only financial planners. Our motto for that one is clients before corporations. And then this is our studio. So when we're doing like more formalized video or interviews, or even when we take pictures, we get the lighting and the sound all good inside of here. I could hear just walking in here, it dampens my voice from reverberating. And then down this way, these are our flex offices. So for right now, they are empty, even though they're ready to go. So hopefully we'll keep growing, but they will get filled up eventually. This is our tax office right here. So if we do your taxes or what so, this is generally where you'll meet or where it's getting done. So really good, nice space for that to collaborate and get that done. In here, we have our big conference room, and Abasi's kind of doing an investment update. So we're gonna let him share that with you guys right now, so you can kind of get our kind of take on it. So go ahead, Abasi.
Yep. So like Phil was saying, I'm gonna go over some of the investment stuff that we've been doing here at Rebel Financial. So kind of going over the current market, what we've noticed is the S&P and Dow Jones have recovered at least 2/3 of their value from the February 2020 market crash, which is good, because that's a sentiment of investors thinking that the long term is actually more optimistic. And then we see the NASDAQ also hit its 52-week high on July 13th, about 2 days ago from the reporting. And then we noticed U.S. large cap prevails over small cap, which we'll talk about a little bit later. And then companies with cash and commitment towards technology are more resilient during this pandemic that we noticed. And then we're also in the midst of a crazy election year, if you haven't noticed. So that's going to be fun to see what's going to go with the markets on that. And then we also have an unclear outlook on the global pandemic, because we don't know if there's going to be a second wave, if a vaccine will come out, or if there would be a nice treatment for people. And we're also seeing that U.S. China tension kind of coming back from earlier in the year. And then I also want to share this kind of document with you guys about Tale of Two Decades from our friends over at Dimensional Funds. So this is kind of interesting because it shows kind of how asset classes switch over time, and how a diversified portfolio is really good for the long run. So we noticed that in the 2000s, we see that emerging market and small cap value was really good for the 2000s, but we saw the S&P 500 index actually in the negatives for returns for the 2000s. And then when we go down to 2010s, what we notice is kind of a flip. So we see the S&P 500 with that 13% return, and U.S. large and small cap also doing really well, but our small international and emerging markets not perform as well as in 2010s, or the 2000s, excuse me. So we see that there's a very, that's very cyclical with the asset classes of what's going to give us the best returns there. So moving back towards our presentation here. So what we track at Rebel Financial, what we've been mainly tracking over this the year, is political administration shifts. So that's both presidential and Senate and House administration shifts, and COVID-19 cases around the globe, and the possibility of a second wave. And then we've also been looking at remedies, vaccines, and treatments for COVID-19 globally. We know it's good. We're seeing good stuff out of Gilead Science and Moderna, so that's good. And we're also looking at social unrest that we're seeing in the summer of 2020. And we also always look for high-quality securities that can be bought at a value for clients. And we're always looking at U.S. international bonds, U.S. and international bonds in currency markets, and what the effect of the stay-at-home economy has been on people. And we're also looking at mega-cap antitrust activity. And then moving on, sort of our response to what's going on in the markets today. So at our core, we always want to have diversified investments and have value-based investing as our core principle. That's what we strive to achieve. And we want our clients, help clients through uncertain times to achieve their goals. And we also love to provide insights on unique financial situations and provide clients with ultra low-cost investment solutions. And one of those that we have in the works is ETF models, which will take ETFs instead of using mutual funds. So these exchange traded funds will have lower expense ratios, so we charge the client less for those, and we can have more options and just a different thing to have with our ESG and our ESG alternative energy and our traditional investment strategies. So that's all I have for you guys today. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks, Bossy. Bossy's been doing a great job for us as our investment intern. You know, better than some of the full-time staff that I've had on that. So he's doing a great job. It's going to enable us to roll out some of these new models for you to be able to choose from, and then also replace some of our older ones that are going to reduce costs, especially for some of our smaller investors, which is a huge thing. So let's keep going. So as we keep going down, you kind of see here, this is our door to the backyard right here. There's not much going on out there right now. You can show them. But eventually, our goal is to buy this building in the next few years, and then we'll build a patio back there and stuff. So then if you can come to an event when we're not going through a pandemic, then we can all hang out and have a more enjoyable time. In here, we've got a full kitchen. So like tonight when we're doing things, you can see my daughter in there, Ellie, helping to cook some appetizers for everybody, so that you know, we can eat if we can get our masks off, all right? And then here we got our paraplanning offices. So paraplanners, when you come to us and we do retirement planning, education planning, estate planning, etc., we model out things. We do a lot of what-if scenarios. It's a lot of back office work beyond just your advisor and the face-to-face meetings. These are what we call huddle rooms. They're really just small conference rooms. So one is more for retirement planning, the other more for college. And then this is AC's office. Again, kind of one of our main paraplanners. He's training to be an advisor and working on his CFP, and he's also doing something kind of dynamic and getting his money coaching certification. And that's part of our goal to do more pro bono work as we go forward as well too, and to help people that haven't quite gotten there. And then this is my office, and inside of here we've got Sharon. Sharon has been our financial planning intern, is kind of pioneering a new financial planning tool that we're using with Everplan. So take it away, Sharon.
Yeah, sure. Hi everyone. My name is Sharon, like Phil said, and I am the summer financial planning intern here. And what we'll be talking about today is the Everplans and the launch of it. All right, so we're going to start with, well, the primary purpose of Everplans. So this is a tool that we're just beginning to implement. It is a vault where you can keep all your sensitive documents, and any illegal documents that you have, you can store them there. And why did we decide to work with Everplan? This is because, just like you know, we here at Rebel Financial, we always put clients first. So because of this, we were just trying to make your life easier by having one portal where you can upload all your digital assets, and then you can choose to share with whoever you want and whenever you want. All right. So one of the main reasons why you might need this is if you have any legal documents, say a will, power of attorney, and if you have beneficiaries, this will be the perfect tool for you, because in here, this is where you can fill in the contact information of your beneficiary or your attorney, your doctor, and even like your will. You can upload your will there. Then choose to share with whoever you want. And we're gonna look at one of like the categories, which is a category where you will upload your will. And it also has a section here where it says where do you keep the physical one, and if you have an attorney, you can fill out their contact information there. And then if you have a pet too, you can also upload the information of your pet, even your veterinary. See here. And then the last one, if you just so you can keep everything organized and so you can keep your loved ones aware of everything, you can tell them what you want done with your body, and even you can write a letter to your loved ones and keep it in here. Okay, and then the next step, since this is a new tool that we're using, the next steps would be to get feedback from the beta clients, which are clients that we chose for initial testing, who we feel would benefit from this tool, especially those who have legal documents like the will that I was talking about. And then next we'll just roll it out to bulk clients. Perhaps we're working on that next month, and then keep, like stressing the importance and the benefits of using EverPlans.
Sweet, thanks Sharon. So this is going to be a really cool tool. Be on the lookout for it. If you are a silver or gold client, we will probably launch it in August. I already tested it. I was like the alpha tester probably like 2 or 3 months ago, and it's really neat. I mean, this is beyond estate planning. So if you've done a good job doing your wills, power of attorneys, etc., this is taking the next step beyond that to organize everything, get the people involved that need to be involved, whether it's now or later, when it happens, right? Because probably none of us are going to avoid that eventually, and we can make it really nice for people. And we're utilizing technology, even though technology this, that, right? But instead of tens of thousands of dollars for some attorney to do it for you, if you're a client, you will get to utilize this tool for free. So good trade, good trade. So thanks so much, Sharon. Good job.
You're welcome.
Yep.
Bye.
Follow me. Our next stop, these are our Visor Offices. So right now, this is an empty one. We call it Advisor 3. So we're looking for that Advisor 3. It looks like AC may be on track for that. And then our other 2 Advisor Offices. So Jonathan Bailey, you probably know him, met him, love him. This is his office right here. And then Tony Jones right here. So if he's your advisor, does your taxes, etc., that's where his magic happens most of the time. And then right here, we call this Advisor 4, but generally it is kind of for our financial planning interns. And I would say eventually when we grow, it'll be probably for people that we have coming up as advisors that are, taking, the FINRA tests, or they're working on their CFP, etc. Will be their office, and then they can earn a window office, right? And then our other 2 meeting rooms, because we have 5, this one is themed for London, and this one is themed for New York. And so that brings us back around to the reception. So reception here, you made it all the way around. It's a pretty big office, but it suits us well. It's a little bit bigger than we need, but again, we got a spectacular deal on it by doing a lot of the work ourselves. We're growing into it. Thank you for hopefully being a client of ours, following us, helping us grow as we continue to get that economy of scale. Again, people before profits. You will see a lot of that come back to you. So stay tuned. We're going to cut offline right now, and then in about 10 or so minutes, we'll come back online to do the video premiere on something we've been working on for a year and a half. Try to get the word out there, try to help us grow and get that economy of scale and help more people. So, see you in a few. Cool. We just got to get her to turn that one off. Okay.
They said the video footage was sideways.
It's probably because it was leaning.
Well, they said, like, they commented that, like, it was, like, sideways.
Oh, you mean people watching it?
Yeah. 4 people. They got up to 4 views.
Okay. All right.
Hello.
Sorry for getting in your
No,
shot.
you're good.